into taking care of these kind of helpless, let's say, creatures. It's always, there's a saying for our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, في كل كبد رطب أجر, which means that it is very important indeed to actually take care of these helpless creatures and try to actually find for them all of the needs that could you actually provide. And with that, we'd like, from that perspective, to present to the audience about our guest. With us, we'd like to welcome Mr. Ayoub. Alsalem, we're really happy to have you here.
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for having me here today with you.
Yes.
I would like to thank Kuwait TV too for having me here today. I'm happy to talk to you guys.
And of course, we're going to know more with you on the topic, especially taking about these kind of animals, the ones that, let's say, we don't want to say that people actually left them away, but could be actually found within the streets and so on.
Yes, definitely, yes. Basically, as they're saying, winter is coming now.
Yes.
And here it's our responsibility to take care of all the creatures, especially the cats, because we will find them around the streets here in Kuwait. So from that part, we saw that we need to do something for them. We need to help them because everyone has this issue. Like maybe you got a cat inside your car, inside the engine, and it's very dangerous for them. So this is why we started to have that idea, which is housing or building a house for cats, which is it protects them and it's a safe area for them.
And since we're talking about cats, like for example, I have my own. It's been like maybe 2 years. I've noticed at the beginning I didn't know how to treat like the cat, to be honest. I thought just getting it home and staying at home and feeding her and that's it. No, you have to take care, I think, from A to Z. There's a lot of things to do. Some people are getting cats at home and later on they notice it's like something really, they're bored, they can't do it. So maybe they'll throw their cats on the streets because they don't have that knowledge. So what do you advise them basically to do?
We saw that condition happens a lot. Like first, when they have this, the small cat, once it grow and once it grows and become big, they start to be careless about it and they throw it in the streets. My advice to them is be kind, guys. Be kind. We are responsible. We have the mind. We have the brains. We have to be responsible for the cats. We should take care of all the creatures around the world. Actually, it's our responsibility. Actually, so this is my advice to them and my message to them. Actually, yes.
Okay. You know, I love animals so much, and just I adore just having the opportunity to take care of them. So, Ayoub, I love that you say that because people do not realize that home cats, indoor cats, find it so difficult to adapt to the outside life. Why? Because indoors, shelter, food, all that is provided for them, and suddenly you're on the streets, you're scared from cars. That is just so dangerous.
Yeah, true. Yes, definitely. Yeah, you remind me of something. While we were doing our research to how to help these homeless cats, we saw so many house-related cats that were thrown away in the street and left in the street, and they were in miserable condition. Like they had infection, disease, and they were in fight. Actually, they are like humans. It's soft cat, whether it was male or female cats. They are soft. They're not used to the street life.
Indeed, and especially when it comes into home, let's say cats. People do think that, or they have this consumption that cats are the same. If you keep them at home or if you leave them out, they're actually the same. They can adapt easily. They can, let's say, find them as friends, the other cats. Like, I don't know how they actually think about it, but we want to say that this kind of problem is not only here in Kuwait, but it is a globally problem that is even happening with their eastern side, western side. So many, let's say, volunteering people are actually raising awareness when it comes into that matter of these creatures, whether they're cats, dogs, birds, all the other kind of animals. Like there's also once a very funny video, and I would like to elaborate to the audience more about it. There's a person who had a fish, and he felt like he's actually, let's say, saving that fish, and he wants to give it to back to the environment so that the fish could actually survive. Once he threw it in the lake, another fish ate that fish. And it was really horrible because they are kind of, even when it comes into fishes, let's say fish in general, talking about, let's say, a golden fish is very critical because you cannot leave her in any kind of water. There's a specific, let's say, place for her to live and so on. That's the exactly type of situation that happens with cats also.
Exactly. This is the same thing we were talking about. Like, we cannot put this cat, which used to be in street in the houses,
Yes.
in the street. They will have.
Also, they have this kind of fear, like, for example, my cat, when I take her out to the balcony, she would be scared and hearing
Yes.
like cars around, and she's
they
acting.
do get anxious actually.
Yes.
They have anxiety issues, by the way. Yes,
Yeah.
but cannot understand this stuff because it's animals' behavior, and we're not well knowledged with these kind of education or.
Yes.
And
It's
usually, I
brilliant.
always say that if you are not responsible of having a pet, any kind of pet at home,
Yeah.
then don't get the pet at home. It's not just like having a toy at home and playing around with it.
Yeah.
I totally
Yes.
agree with you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We should take that idea from our heads, like it's not a toy. It's a creature. They have souls. We have to respect that fact.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And a
Yeah.
lot of respect for you guys. So last week they actually had some kind of workshop where they taught people here how to make cat houses, with water and food and everything to put kind of like outside in the hadayiq, and it's the least we could do.
Actually, it was just a fun time with having this kind of events. Actually, we focused on the newer generation or younger generation, because once we put this kind of ideas in their heads, they will always remember it. And we made sure that even the houses should be supporting the environment. Actually, it was fully 100% made of food. Even though we gave them, when they finished, we gave them as a giveaway, we gave them organic food for cats. So we guide them to go inside these houses and to market as their places. So it was very, very amazing day, and I'm happy that I saw that much of support from the
Yes.
children's family. Actually,
Yeah.
it was
Oh,
amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
Such
You
a
know,
brilliant idea.
This is such a great thing. And Ayoub, you mentioned how you're approaching young people. And so it's very important to instill these characteristics in everyone, especially the younger generation.
Yeah.
So what is your current approach to educating the public and the young ones about caring for animals and having compassion for them?
My approach is if you mean like how I reach these or my audience, actually
Yes.
we do that through their families, through their parents, our families as well. Social medias will help us, because now the younger generations are well educated, mashallah, in the social media. So we had so many these conditions, like they call us, they are small and they want to join us. So I was so happy to have these kind of calls, actually. Yes. So this is how we
Yes.
approach them.
And we're happy to actually hear about that too. And I think one of the problems that we actually face is through this kind of circle. I mean, you are contacting this kind of new generation, but the problem is we have to educate them more that not anything that you want to ask for could be actually presented. Like, for instance, one of the problems, why do we have lots of kittens and other animals, is because of the child itself, or let's say herself, wants a pet. I want a kitten. I want a little parrot. I want a little puppy. Once the parents bring that creature at home, they will have it for, let's say, a certain time, and then they will feel bored of it, and we just don't want it. If you want to sell it back, no one wants to buy it, because people wants to have, say, something like kind of adoption. It's not really allowed, especially when we're talking about religion. It's very risky when it comes into selling and purchasing these kind of creatures. Therefore, this is where the circle should really be affected, because teaching such generation how important it is to actually build for them these kind of homes, not actually purchasing them and throwing them back away is something not allowed. So this kind of, let's say, awareness should be presented more. Like, do you agree on that point, Ayoub?
Actually, I would like to thank you for marking this point. What we did last week, it was not building a house, actually. It's building a relationship between the kid and the animal itself. So we let them take these houses and to put it wherever they want, so they can see it. They market, this is my house, I made it for this cat, they will love these cats. This is the thing we should do, like we should build a relationship between the animals and the children, and this kind of stuff, this will make the change into a positive change, actually, yes. So thank you for mentioning that point, actually.
Yeah, I think especially because some parents, they don't take care of, let's say, their kids. They're not well educated. Kids are kids. They are not going to know this is a pet. We should take care.
Yes.
We should be like very soft with the pet itself.
Yes.
And sometimes, yeah, parents don't notice, and maybe their kids would harm the pet
the
itself.
Like
Yes.
this
Yes.
is
Right, the
this is
connection
very
is key.
important
Yes.
indeed, and especially that not all kittens are the same.
Yes.
Like I have a cat that is so adorable that if you, let's say, my daughters like to hug them so much, and then while hugging them, like he tries not to hit her or let's say show the paws or anything.
Yeah.
Therefore, he stays like more of a toy. Once she leave him,
He would run away.
He would really run away. Other kittens or let's say cats are really, let's say, aggressive. If you touch the cat or if you hold the cat for a
Very
certain
tight, yeah.
time, they would actually scratch you. Therefore, this is where also the problem lays, that not every cat is actually the same.
Yeah,
Yes.
true.
Very true.
This reminds me of I used to be like a victim of dog's bite actually, and this was my fault because I didn't know how to treat that dog when it was young. So leading them and teaching them how to treat the animals will build a love between the human and the animals.
Definitely. Thank you
Yes.
so much for being here with us today and talking
happy
about
to.
such an important topic here in the winter.
Actually, it was my pleasure to sit with you and talk to you guys. I hope everyone loved their pets and never threw them away. And thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank
thank you so
you.
much. So of course we're going to continue on the episode more, but we're going to have a topic when it comes into the report of pets and drawing pets. So we're going to add to that report the rules, and then we'll be back.